How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about The Strangers Chapter 1. I'm just going to ramble about this movie. I didn't like it very much at all, basically. I do just want to ramble a bit about my expectations of it and how it severely didn't meet them and how pissed off I am at some things. So let's get this started. First of all, I loved The Strangers, the original movie. That was a great movie. I found it to be super watchable. I enjoyed it. It didn't scare me, but it definitely interested me. I watched the movie and I'm like, this is definitely like some type of interesting movie that like you can see with like the message that it has behind it with the violent crime and all of that. It makes sense, and also it's just something that I feel like you can do about like some real life situations where these do happen, and like it's an unsolved case, so you can just like kind of put it in like in the Strangers context, and you could make a very scary movie out of it. And that's what they effectively did with the original the Strangers. I think it came out in 2008. Really great movie. I think it's on Netflix. Go watch that one instead of what we got. So I went to the movie theater. The lights went out here in Houston, and so I was like, you know what? I'll go to the movie theater and I'll review it afterward. I was without power for 2 days, so I couldn't do this. But so watching the movie, I was like, okay. At the beginning, it already starts off on a bad foot. Okay, we have two very cliche and unlikable characters. Like, there is nothing going for these characters. So, like, they are just like complete idiots for not stopping at a McDonald's or something like that. And they're like, no, I want a nice cute diner. Maybe they did and they just like missed the exit or something like that. I don't remember exactly because I don't care. This movie was a snooze fest. Okay, so they miss it, and then they go to this diner where everyone seems to hate them. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I think it's cozy. You know what? I think everything's just going to go perfectly fine. So I'm not going to be looking at my car while I'm eating in a sketchy ass diner, because everyone looks like they hate me and they just keep on making these jokes. So Ryan, he is like the main guy, and then the Maya is the main girl. And so Ryan is just an idiot in this. So he tries to make these quirky jokes that don't land. Like, for example, there's one about like a wedding that they asked. They're like, oh, how long have you guys been together? Oh, 5 years. Oh, but we've just been dating. Oh, why haven't you put a ring on it? And he's like I'm still waiting for my sandwich or something that he said on the diner. It was so stupid. It made no sense for why he would, like, no wonder people don't like you. You're a dick. And then like they kept on like putting all of this emphasis on him having a what's it called, an inhaler, which came into effect I think only once. Okay, and then they go into the cabin. They're all scared, and it just nothing fucking like. I'm gonna spoil the movie a bit, like I already did a bit, but that's just the exposition. Nobody gives a shit. And then you go into the part of the movie that's actually supposed to be interesting, and it takes way too long for the strangers to actually start terrorizing them. You just kind of get like this like kind of like scare here and there where this bitch comes in, knocks, asks for someone that's not there, keeps on asking, not there, and so then she goes away into the dark. You can't see her face. Why would you stay there? I would get the motorcycle, which, by the way, you're stealing an Airbnb's motorcycle to go back into town and then come back. Why? For an inhaler and then some food. Like, you're 5 miles away from anything, and you don't think, oh, we'll get a hotel and we'll stay in a place that's safe. No, we'll go to this Airbnb 5 miles away from anything where someone went missing. Just nothing, like just a nothing burger of a plot, nothing burger of a fucking brain that these people should have. Okay, and then you have those scenes where they're trying to be scary, and instead of attacking them directly, they kind of like toying with them, and I don't really care too much about that, but it's just so stupid the way that they do it. And there were so many cases where like Maya and Ryan could have just died. But the strangers were like, no, we'll play with them a bit. For example, like there's one scene that pisses me off. The rest of it, yes, you go and then you find a shotgun and then you try to blow the face off of these people. I get that. One of the dudes was way too quick, but he was stuck in the car getting hit by it, and instead of pulling out the shotgun and bang, the dude just like, he's like just crying that he can't get his leg out, and then once he realizes, oh shit, I have a shotgun, I can just fuck him up. He then tries to, and then the dude just dodges it. Okay? And then he has a shotgun straight to the face of one of these masked assailants, and the dude starts being a villain. He starts being like a fucking, like, he starts just monologuing, like, kind of like, it reminds me of like the Incredibles meme of where Syndrome is just like monologuing, and then Mr. Incredible tries to like blindside him. He's like, you caught me monologuing. That is exactly what happened here. The dude was monologuing, be like, you know how many people I've killed? Like, it gets easier after the first one. And then dude just comes up, gets knocked out, gets stabbed, dies. Okay? What an idiot. And then the girl, she goes, hides in some bushes, which, okay, she might have hit pretty well. And then she starts calling the police a second after one of the strangers left. Seriously, no joke. She just calls the police, and then like a fucking, what's it called? Like Gen Z or just starts like getting her phone out and trying to find signal. I get it, but the cops are already on their way. Stay calm, okay? You moving around only makes you an easier target for these people. I don't get it. It's so idiotistical of her to just move around when the cops already got the call and already know where you are. Okay? Then Ryan keeps on tripping over everything. He's a fucking idiot. Learn how to use your feet, dude. Learn how to run. Okay? It's hard. Yes, if you're 2 years old and barely learning how to use your legs. Okay? Don't be an idiot. And that's exactly what he was. And then, like I said, Ryan gets killed. She doesn't. And this like whole entire like wholesome scene where they're like, you know what? I do want to marry you. Yeah, marry me. Thinking that maybe that's going to release them from the strangers. Maybe that was it all along. Maybe it was a lesson. Maybe you shouldn't date someone for 5 years before marrying them. No, that would be stupid. Why would you date someone that long if you're not exactly sure if they're the person that you want to marry? I don't know. It's stupid. You know, like, you only wanted to marry her because you're about to die and you want to say that you were married before you die. Like, it's so stupid. He dies. She gets stabbed. It looked like she got stabbed in a place that doesn't seem too nice. And then just gets left on the ground. Boom, there. Right as they leave, the cops come in. How convenient. If you would have waited one more minute, you would both still be alive. If he would have blown the face off of that one stranger, maybe they'd still be alive. What idiots. It just makes no fucking sense. And instead of asking, who are you, and stuff like that, she just asks, why are you doing this to us? It's very clear to me that they're doing this to you because they don't like you. Or because like they're doing this to you because it's fun for them. Why would you ask that? Like, just to get like that creepy ass answer that they give for the trailer? Because you're you. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody knows who they are. They just like washed up here instead of going to where they're supposed to be. They're just a bunch of idiots. I'm like, god damn. Dude, The Strangers is actually a good franchise. And what makes this worse, and I will say it completely, like wholehearted, full chest and everything, what makes this movie worse is the fact that we are getting a part 2. I do not understand how you can do a part 2 in this movie. Like, the movie already, like, summarized everything perfectly for what I'd expect for a part 2 to be. A nothing burger. Nothing. Like, you got attacked by these people. You don't go back to Venus, Oregon. You don't go close to there. You, like, maybe she might be, like, chapter 2, hunting the strangers. Why would you hunt them? Let them be. They're going to grow old and not do it anymore. Tell the cops who they were, where they were, and then they'll try to investigate it, their information. My room light is going up. It's just there's no reason why this movie should exist and why there's even a second movie on the way. I find it to be such an idiotic decision, and them just trying to find movie just like find a movie idea to profit off of the name of the one that they had before. I don't know how there's a chapter to this movie, but maybe it was to sign the actors for longer. I don't know what it was. All I know, this movie was god awful, and I do not want to and I'm not rewatching it, but I'm gonna watch the second one just because I'm curious now, and that's sad. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about that just because I found it to be just such a stupid idea. Anyway, plugging this into my rating scale, I'd give it 2.7 maybe. Maybe that's being a bit too nice. 2.7 sounds fair. Yeah, nothing going for this movie. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. See you all in the next one. Peace out.